your life right now. Um, just some questions, and I think some of these questions probably gonna have you already been asked, but just on the Curry 5, being a sneaker store, the Curry 5, how do you compare it with the previous versions in terms of design, comfort, and playability? So those three things.
Design, it's totally different from the editions of old in the Curry line. It's a lower silhouette. It's a 5'8", so I'm used to wearing mids, so it's a little lower than that. But it still has the stability and durability for me that keeps me, stable on the court and able to do all those, start and stop moves, the change of direction, shiftiness on the court, and the traction makes it, playable for me in terms of being able to trust that, if I change directions on the stop of a dime, that shoe's gonna follow me. So I think we try to accomplish all of that, and everybody talks about my ankles and this and that, and me wearing a lower shoe, a lower height shoe, but everything that we put into it, I have such a good contact with the floor that I feel like I have that stability I need to play.
So you sound like really happy with it so far.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I won a championship in it too, so that helps.
Nice. How did it feel? You got your first signature sneaker. Like, what went through, what went through your mind when that happened?
It's a dream come true, to be honest. I mean, you grow up idolizing the guys that have their own sneakers and wanting to wear them, and kind of knowing what's coming out on the market, things like that. So to be a power player in the signature business. I see you're wearing the Curry 1 lows. That was something that I look forward to, being able to have my own shoe that I could own and be proud of. And we're five shoes later, not including the team shoes that we have. So it's been a pretty cool journey, trying to learn along the way, continue to get better. But to know that it started with the Curry 1 was pretty crazy.
Cool. Let's hope there's many more to come. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you want to inspire the future generation, but can you name like some of the key players who inspired you when growing up?
Obviously my dad, just because I got to see him play from the time I can remember. The two guys that I would say idolized in terms of the style of play that I wanted to kind of mimic was Steve Nash and Reggie Miller. Those are two guys that I felt like I could take the best of both of them and try to put them into one player. Just have that versatility, whether I had the ball in my hands like Steve did all the time with his creative passing, ball handling and vision, or Reggie, who's a master at moving without the ball and a sharpshooter. I feel like I could do both, and every kind of level that I played at, I kind of got to highlight the best parts of those guys. So those are my guys I looked up to.
Do they know that you looked up to them?
Yeah, every time I see him, I tell them that. Steve Nash is actually a consultant for the Warriors now, so wow. I see him a good amount, and I let him know definitely that I looked up to him.
So I'm from Singapore. My team's from Singapore. I have to ask, have you been to Singapore?
I haven't yet.
No. So have you heard anything about Singapore? It's a really small country. Very small country. Yeah, like.
I haven't heard much about it. I met a couple people from there. One went to my school back at Davidson, but yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, if I get to travel there.
Then you should definitely come. Good food, good people, and I would love to host you in one of our stores like this. Hopefully down the line.
Yes, sir.
So just, I guess, one last question. I think just now I mentioned we run retail stores, but for me it's also a family business. Was there any pressure for you? You mentioned family business, so obviously your dad was an NBA player, but was there any pressure for you to follow his footsteps?
There's always pressure for sure, and I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he played for 10 years of his NBA career, so he was very popular in that city, still is, but growing up and playing, there's a spotlight on me just because of what my last name was and whatnot. And opposing fans in high school would single me out with all these chants and stuff like that, like "You're not Dell" and all that type of stuff. But I think I felt it, but it helped me in terms of just really just focusing on how I could get better, knowing that there are going to be distractions and critics and all that type of stuff along the way. But my journey was going to be totally different than my dad's, and just embracing that and trusting that if I put the work in, I could get there too. So it was a dream, and I wanted to stay in the moment and just to appreciate every step that it took to get there. And when I got to the league, man, like, that's what it's all about. Now it's not just me, my brother's in the league. He's going on his 5th year, so pretty crazy that we both representing the Curry name in the NBA.
Was he more of a hard taskmaster, or just more encouraging?
No, he was very encouraging. He coached me on two years in high school, but he wasn't the aggressive type. Like, he always wanted us to have the initiative to go work, to go. He wasn't going to be the one. Hey, you got to be here, here, and here at this time to work out. Like, if you didn't want to go, that's on you. If you did, he was going to make sure that you had everything you needed to be supported and feel like you could get better. So he was always present, but definitely not like a drill master in terms of you're going to do this, this, and this to get to the league.
You haven't been to Singapore, but we have a gift from you from Singapore, and I'm going to introduce Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Hi.
From Singapore.
So I paint sneakers, and I've been working with Mandy from Singapore for the last 15 years, and we have a national gift for you, which is a painted pair of your Curry shoes.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So this is for you.
That is fire.
You obviously basketball champion, and I see you as a warrior, and that's why when you go to the game, it's like putting on your soldier's uniform, the camouflage, right? And the sole represents your quickness. That's where the cheetah print comes from, and the fire. And we added this little strap here for stability, the stability that you bring to the family business, and it has your kids' names on it.
Oh, on this side. Oh, yeah.
So every time you lace them up, you look down and say, you know who you're fighting for.
That's
Kind of
big
like that.
time.
So I hope you like it.
This is
It's
amazing.
your size, and yeah, man.
Rock
For you.
these. That's amazing, man. Thank
We
you.
want to see you rock these, please.
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely rock those. I'm definitely rocking these. 1 of 1, right?
1 of 1.
That's fire. That's fire.
So yeah.
Y'all check
Glad
that
you
out.
like them.
That's fire, man. Thank you very much, man.
Cheers, man.
Indeed, thank you very much. Y'all check
Glad
that
you
out.
like them.
That's fire, man. Thank you very much, man.
Cheers, man.
Indeed, thank you very much. That is.
Let's take some photos, Mark and Stephen.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah?
Can we?
Yeah.
How's
Y'all
that
change,
gonna feel?
y'all change the laces up, the leather
Yeah,
laces
leather
too?
laces, so everything is quite luxe. It's well
Elevated
protected.
materials.